So when I would be like 12 or 13 or 14, grown men would flirt with me and hit on me. And
Yeah.
so I kind of knew it from like that angle, but I didn't know it
Yeah.
from like people my age really. I feel like men my age or around my age didn't really start like really noticing me until I was like 18. And another thing is because
Yeah.
I was tall. That's another thing.
Yeah.
In Eastern Canada, a lot of men aren't as tall. So they would like be too intimidated. I also have been like a girl boss all my life. So I feel like a lot of guys just were really intimidated.
Oh.
But yeah.
See.
So like in
That's
high school, guys didn't
wild.
really, yeah. What
No,
about
but
you?
I get that. Well, because, well, in general, no, I wasn't popular like that in high school, but like, or not much even now. It was more like people didn't really like me because I wasn't blonde.
I'm sorry, especially
'Cause
like, where you are, your area.
Yeah, where I grew up, everybody was like, it was very predominantly like white.
Yeah, white, bleach, blonde, etc.
people. Yeah. And so like I was very different because, you know, I'm mixed. And so like when I would bring my Filipino food, they would make fun of me because it's not the normal food. And so I would like just go to school and I wouldn't eat like that. I think that's why I stayed very scrawny. Oh no, it's fine. Like it'd be like that. Like it was something I didn't realize until I was older.
Somebody said, so that's why you don't like blonde girls.
Yeah, I've been saying, y'all. No, like also because all of the guys that I liked always liked
Blonde girls.
yeah,
So you
and
like,
then the blonde girls were not very like every blonde girl that I was friends with is not friends with me today.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just different, you know, different futures. Not, you know, I'm sure they're great now. But but no, I was not hot as like that. Like I didn't look like you when that's why I'm like a little gagged by this because like I mean, obviously
the photos I sent you, I was like very close to 18 there. So I'm like a grown adult
looking
there.
at if I was we were the same age in school together, I would probably spend a lot of hours looking at you and being like, what the like, okay.
No, if I found out you played video, like I was playing like Ragnarok and like Puzzle Pirates and all that stuff, we would have been gaming. If I found out you played video games, we would have been gaming. Oh wait, you weren't really a gamer. I liked K-pop though.
I was a gamer in like middle school, and then like high school was when I was really into anime.
I was also into anime, so we would have at least like bonded over that.
I do not think I would have ever.
Okay, well that's another thing. I went to a very small high school, so I actually ended up speaking to everybody in it because I went to a small high school.
I think I wouldn't have liked you because of how good looking you are. I would have been really jealous
Thanks, girl.
of how hot you were. I think.
No, but I get it. Like it's yeah, I get it. And also like I would have gone out of my way. Like every time I was in a new class, I always try to like talk to everybody, and like I would be in group projects with people. I'd be like, all right, who wants to do what? So yeah, I get it. I get it.
You were that girl, huh?
Yeah.
You were always the it girl. Okay.
We didn't have that really at my school. Genuinely. We didn't have that. I'm going to do another shot. No pressure on you. I'm going to do another one.
Another what?
Another half shot.
Oh, okay. Let me.
Make sure you eat your thing first. Don't. You're so
don't
sweet.
worry.
Thank you. I just, I don't know. You put me on the spot. What the hell?
I'm sorry.
No. You
My
really
bad, but-
caught me off guard. I'm like, what?
Sorry.
Like, what am I supposed to say? No, I'm like, damn, maybe I peaked early.
No, I mean, like, it
No,
was
I'm
because, like, when I first saw you, I think that was, like, one of the first things I said. I was like, what? When we first met, I was like, oh, wow, you're really fucking hot. That's crazy. But, like,
You're so dumb.
no, but it's, like, all the pictures that you've been sending me, you're like, oh, these were such silly days back when I was silly. I'm like, where's the silly? Like, what, am I, like, are we looking at the
I sent you a pic
picture?
of me in like a pink wig, like with a Band-Aid on my face.
Like, girl, okay, you still look hot as fuck. Like, I don't it's just, I don't know. Like, when I was in high school,
I'm drinking this shot. Cheers.
I did not look like that. Oh, here, I'm joining.
Let me try to find like, I promise you, like if I look at some younger photos, but okay, to be completely honest with you, it's because Eastern Europeans are really big bullies. And I went to Russian school, like on Wednesdays, and I think like Sundays I went to Russian school. And Eastern Europeans, it's like, if you're over a certain weight, if you're over a certain thing, like they're very rude to you. So I think really like we're kind of, if I remember correctly, I kind of got bullied out of being a tomboy basically. So like I just kind of like became a lot more hyper feminine and everything. And like just, yeah, Eastern European people, it's very, and again, it might have changed by now, but there is a standard that like women in Ukraine and other places, like the way they look is so important because that's how people treat them first. And even if like my parents maybe, well, they did make me feel that way, but it's everybody. It's their friends that come over, right? It's like their friends' kids. It's like when you're around Eastern European people, they just make you feel like if you don't take care of yourself or if you don't look a certain way, then it's not good enough. Yeah. So I think that also was something that like put a lot of pressure on me, genuinely, just going to like Russian school and being around Russian people. Well, I say Russian, but like Eastern European people, because some people were Moldovan, some people were Ukrainian, some people were Latvian, but we spoke Russian in school. I think that was like a big one. Where, you know, like when you were talking to, sorry to bring it back to Michi, about weight, right? Where like Michi's like, I'm very skinny. But in Asia, where she is, like everyone's very skinny. So she doesn't really stick out as much. But when I see Michi, I'm like, girl, you are like way too skinny, right?
Yeah. Yeah. She was talking to me about that too.
Yeah.
About her.
So genuinely, I think like some of it was also kind of like the pressure of it. And okay, between you and I, so during COVID, I gained a little bit of weight. Again, I still look fine. I still look great, but I definitely like weigh significantly more than I did back in those photos. So I moved back with my family, and I was kind of talking to my parents about this, and I was telling my stepdad, who's like very old, right? And I was like, hey, you know, like I've always had a really hard time putting on weight, to the point where like I was definitely like I was doing a lot of cardio and I wasn't eating enough, and I was definitely underweight for my height, a lot. Like I would take photos and my ribs would be showing, and like even men have told me before, like, hey, like I think you're too skinny. Like I think Matara is hot, but she's too skinny, right? And I finally during COVID like got enough confidence in myself, and I thought like, and I gained some weight, right? And when I moved back home, and again, just to be clear, when I say I've gained weight, like I am a very regular weight. There's nothing about my weight to my height ratio that like, you've met me. Like nothing about me is like weird. Like I'm very normal. I'm even like slim by North American standards. But
yeah, and I'm a biased party by default because I love women. So I think I just
like I'm very like you would never look at me in North America and be like, ooh, that's, you know, I'm a tall girl, but I'm not. But my stepdad, I told him, I was like, I finally got, sorry, I know I'm yapping a lot. He was like, I told him, I was like, I finally got confident, and I kind of understood that, you know, I'm valuable and I'm important and I'm kind, even if like I don't look my best all the time. And he was like, it's good that you got confidence and I'm proud of you. But like, maybe you could still be a little bit more careful about the way you look. And I love him, and I know he means it from the heart. Like he grew up Soviet Union, like different time, different place. But he was like, hey, like, don't get too comfortable, you know?
Damn.
So I think that's also another reason. Yeah, so that's another reason where it's like, oh, why did you look like that in school? It's like, and I also wasn't using makeup in high school. I still to this day I do like mainly like sparkles and stuff like
your
that.
Eyes, I did notice your eyes.
But that's just because I'm lazy, genuinely.
Well, I mean, you don't really need it either. Like, you don't need it because you're like your face is like very, very pretty.
You're so dumb. You're so. How am I supposed to like? What if now the audience are gonna meet me at a con and I'm gonna be so hungover and so tired, and they'll be like, "Damn, this woman right here. Damn, I don't see it, girl."
No, if there's one thing that I've learned about having an 89% male audience is that well, I first of all found out that I'm not so different from them because I'm one of the bros. And we talk about things like this all the time. And they don't really notice at all. If anything, they probably assume the same thing that I would assume, which is, yeah, she probably drank a lot last night. And then we're just like, anyway.
That's actually something like I've noticed, and that's, you know, I know the internet is a vast place, and I know that like on the internet, if people are like, wow, like for example, I'm sure you've seen this, both men and women I'm sure do this, but like right now, because I'm a woman, I'm going to talk about men doing this to me. So please, I'm not like calling out. If I post, let's say, a picture and some guy would be like, oh, she's not that pretty, da 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 da. If we were in person, and I was like, oh my God, like, are you enjoying the book you're reading? At a coffee shop, they'd be like, wow, I can't believe this really pretty girl just talked to me. She's so sweet. But online, it's so easy to kind of be behind like your avatar or behind like your profile picture. Be like, oh, you're so dumb and ugly and you're not even that pretty. But those same people, if I was so nice to them in person, which I would be, they'd be like, oh my God, she's so So I don't really take that too personal.
Yeah. I mean, when I was in school, I was never considered like
the standard. I'm so
like
sorry.
That.
Which, by the way, isn't it crazy? If you did high school now again, everybody would go crazy.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
If I was in the same school that I was in, no, it would be this. It would be like, I mean, like, okay, like what do you mean? Like, if I look the way I do now, well, I'm a full.
No. But like, I mean, how do I say this? I do feel like lately there's been a really big. I'm always really careful to talk about anything race related as a white person. But you know, you did bring up being like
yellow fever.
Yeah, you know, like you did bring that up being half Filipino.
My dad had yellow fever. That's how I got here. That's why I'm here. I can talk about it. I'm the product of it.
I do feel like this is something that, like, you know, this is definitely like something that if you had the same, and genuinely, my two best friends in high school are Chinese. And I recently talked to both of them and we were like kind of reminiscing, and they were like, man, we would have had such a different high school experience if we did high school again today. I'm like, oh my God, girls, you would have. And this is a conversation I have had with two Chinese women very recently. So like,
I don't know, like, okay, well, yeah, one of my neighbors commented this was like my taste in fashion. Like, I don't think it mattered what I look like face wise. I literally just wore pajamas every single day.
Okay, but that was a thing. Okay, we all at some point wore pajamas all the time, no?
The point of it is I didn't stand out. I showed up to school. The second the bell rang, I ran to my dad's car so I can eat lunch with my dad and then go home and take a nap and then watch anime. I purposely took a sport so that I could have my schedule make it so I would leave at lunch. So then I would get to go eat with my dad, take a nap, and then play the sport, and then go back to sleep again. Like, that was my life. And so like, I never really, like, if it was back to like me being in high school, I think even if it was at a point where people would be like, oh my God, like,
yeah, you were just too, like, you were I was very the vision. You were just too, I'm doing my own stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really start to change things until I was in college. And that was when I bleached my hair blonde and I looked so ugly that I dyed it back in like a week. It was so bad that it killed my hair.
Did you bleach it like the wrong tone for you too?
Yeah, it was just, it didn't suit me and I looked so bad. Oh my God, I showed it to Show and he was like, ew. And I was like, oh, thanks, breasty. And then like, no, but I agree because I look so bad. But it killed my hair enough so that when I dyed it back to brown, like my hair was so dead that it did anything I wanted it to. And so my hair changed. And then I started to not wear pajamas every day. Okay. And then that's when things kind of started to change. But at that point, I didn't really care if people gave attention to me because they were the ones who made fun of me for not being,
Yeah. Did you go to a big school?
Yeah, I did. I went to a pretty big school where like all of the kids there were really wealthy. I was obviously like, I wasn't rich, but we're like, my dad did well enough to where we were like comfortable middle class, I would say, right? Yeah. But compared to them, they would say they're poor because they were all buying,
and then
like,
they bullied
Teslas
you because of that.
No, it was more of like I didn't have a lot of outfits. Like I was friends with one of the most popular girls in the school.
Go.
She was one of my beautiful bi awakenings, but like we actually became friends because she made out with my brother.
Oh, okay. So she kissed your brother. Did she ever kiss you?
No, I wish she did. But no, okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so basically what happened, well, no, I didn't find out I was really bi until I was a sophomore in high school, but like my brother was like, hi, this girl in my class, this girl in the car with me said she's in class with you. That's funny. And then like I got a call from an unknown number and she was like, Numi, I'm so sorry. Like, I really want to be your friend. And I was like, what the like, who are you? Like, girl, I'm like, I literally who megalo because I don't know who she was. Why did she care that much? And she's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't know that was your brother. Like, I'll make it up to you. I'm like, girl, I don't know you.
How did she meet him to kiss him?
Because she was popular and my brother was popular. I was known as my brother's little sister until I hit college. I was never known as myself.
Sorry. why?
No, I didn't really care because I just liked anime and my friends. So like I that really was like whatever. But like that's just kind of, my brother was the cool guy and I was the one that like when people said, "Oh, you have a sister," and then they'd be like, "Oh, hey, little
And it's
sister."
like the pajama
hey.
anime girl. Oh
Yeah,
my
that was me.
girl, my girl.